Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, I want to start off today's video with two very special announcements. The first one is, of course, the future of Blossom Choice. Blossom Choice will be coming. Do not worry, I'm working very hard to get you the best cars of Blossom Choice. Now, those usually take quite some time. I know a lot of people have been asking for them, and they'll come out in a couple of weeks. The main reason why Blossom Choice takes time is because I need to test basically every car in the game with their times. With Top Drives records, it's going to make things so much more easier as long as the times are correct and accurate, and they seem to be for the most part, so really glad about that. But yes, Blossom Choice class of 2022, I think Blossom Choice class of PL15 will be coming, do not worry. And the second one is going to be the race that I have against you guys. Once again, as you guys don't know, if you do not know, I am racing you guys to two different milestones. It's either I get to 10 mil cash first, or you guys can get me to 10k first. Now, here's the deal. If you can get me to 10k subscribers first, before I hit 10 mil, I will do a 10 million pack opening to celebrate. I mean, basically, like, I will, like, spend everything I have. At the time where I get, you know, 10k subscribers, I'll spend everything for that giveaway. Not a giveaway, but there will be a giveaway. Also a giveaway. I guess I spoiled that. But there will also be a very big pack opening. So that's the deal. If you can get me to 10k before I hit 10 mil, we're gonna open 10 mil once I hit 10 mil. Because I feel like this is gonna be a very close race. I'm 4 mil away from 10 mil. As you can see, I'm on 6 mil right now. So I've bounced back a mil since I spent everything like last week, and I think I have 220 subscribers to go to 10k, so it's pretty freaking close. But anyway, today's video is going to be about World Expo. It's been a week since the update dropped, and I want to see how well I've done. I've collected 120 World Expo cars, and I think I've maxed out about half of them. Yeah, exactly, 60 fully upgraded out of 120. So today I want to review my World Expo garage. I want to see how much I have done in that 1 week of playing a crap ton of Top Drives and opening a crap ton of packs. So for World Expo, I have 4 commons, and as you can tell, I do not like commons at all. I have 4. 19 uncommons, 30 rare, 38 super rare, 21 ultra rares, 6 epics, and 2 legendaries. Nice to have some legendaries in there once again after that super long drought. In terms of fully upgraded cars, I have 3 commons, so 3 out of 4, 19 uncommons, I think that's 19 out of 19, right? 15 rares, 12 super rares, 9 ultra rares, 1 epic, and 1 legendary. To be fair, it is actually 10 ultra rares. It's just that I have 1 ultra rare that I haven't fully upgraded all the way. Yeah, that was 19 out of 19 uncommon. So I want to show you my entire World Expo collection, but more so, after I show you the entire thing, I want to tell you why I chose to max out the cars that I did. There's always a reason to why I max out the cars that I have. There's always either a strategical reason or a personal reason, and I want to talk that through because I apply these strategies to every new update. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'll show you the entire collection first, and then I'll show you what I've got maxed out. So right now, these are the 4 commons, and as you can see, there is a pattern here. I'm really just collecting the American stuff. I don't like commons. I really don't. And I think a lot of you guys know this already. It's one of my, well, it's not one. It is my most hated rarity. It's just so irrelevant. So the only cars that I'm really collecting here are the American classics, the American muscle cars, that kind of stuff. Anything else is kind of irrelevant to me. Then we move on to the uncommon. So one thing I told myself, when PL15 dropped, I still feel like calling it PL14, but when PL15 dropped was that when I did the big pack openings that I did, I want to collect all of the uncommons and max them all out. I wanted to finish something because the rares, right now, I still have some stock rares lying around, which I'm slowly going to finish up, but the uncommons I really wanted to, you know, finish up super quickly. I think the first ever uncommon I maxed was the Audi Coupe. I got that a week ago. I mean, a lot of these cars are a week old because the update is only a week old. So the Audi Coupe, I think this was the first one. It was either this one or it was this one. It was one of the Audis at RQ23. But yeah, over here, everything that you see here is max. Now, some of you might know that the Starfire has pretty good MRA, hence why I have 2, one at drag spec and the other at 323, because 80 handling isn't too bad for an RQ84 either. 24, sorry, and medium ground clearance. If it was 80 handling for an RQ84, then we'll have a problem. And then these are the rest of the cars. As you can see in my my collection very American heavy. I'm really lucky to get the Oldsmobiles. Obviously, I didn't really have a choice, right? You kind of get what you're given to you. And I will talk about this because I understand that, you know, even though I applied these strategies that I can share with you guys, I know that everybody starts off with a different set of cars. But the strategies will remain the same no matter what you pull. Okay, moving on to the rares now. This is my rare collection, and over here, it's a mix of stock and nothing. I'm slowly wrapping things up and maxing up at what I have stock. Basically, everything that you see here that's stock is infused material. These are cards that I will slowly max, and obviously because of OCD purposes, if it's stock, it's not locked. If it's maxed, it's locked. Stock and lock, I know that has a chime to it, but I don't lock any stock. Yeah, I had a lot of fun mixing that around. But all of these stock rares, I'm definitely going to be working on them. I don't think there's a rare that I'm working on right now. I think it was between the AC and the Mercedes, and I chose the Mercedes in the end. I'll show you that in a bit. But this is my rare collection. I would say that it's pretty nice. It's got a nice variety of all-surface tires, off-road tires, performance tires, and some standards in there as well. Yeah, this is the current one I'm working on. As you can see, I've already locked it, and I'm currently working on this one, so we're slowly getting there. And then this one's a huge one, honestly. The AC Brooklands is one of those cars where I've maxed out and I've deployed it immediately. I use it all the time. I've already raced it 59 times with a win ratio of 37%. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad car. I'm using it as a lose condition to save me RQs. So technically it is kind of a win condition in my opinion. I'm using it right now in the prelims, and I'm doing pretty well in that. I think last time I checked, I was about 40-7, something like that. We'll check it back later. I mean, you guys saw it in yesterday's when I joined it in the gameplay day. Then we move on to the super rares. Now, here's an interesting thing. I want to know how many more super rares I'm actually missing out on, because I do have a pretty nice amount of super rares already. Now, fun fact, this one is actually drag spec. It doesn't have the MRA, but I noticed that it had a really low 0 to 60, and honestly, if you get this 323 and you get 75 handling, you're not gonna get too much out of it anyway. Honestly, like, I just love this car. I love the 560 SEC. I have a poster of this on my literal wall. I'm not gonna take it down now, but I absolutely love this car. I don't think I'm ever going to use it. I don't think I've actually ever used it. Oh, actually, wow, 81%. You know what? I probably raced it against bots and clubs. That's why. But yeah, moving on. I'm really looking forward to the Ford Fiesta. I want to max it out. But basically what happened, I had this whole entire strategy where when the update dropped, I spent 4 mil. I was at 10 mil when the update dropped, and I went down to 6 mil in terms of opening packs. And then I spent a further 1 million on solely upgrades. I was like, I don't care, I'm gonna spend just 1 mil on upgrades and see how much I can get done. Once I went back down to 5 mil, I was like, okay, that's it. I want to go back and switch focuses and go back to earning cash. So in that 1 mil, I managed to not speed max, but max out about 11 super rares. So that was really fast. That was super high efficiency. But from now on, I'm definitely going to slow it down a little bit. I want to focus on making a profit every day from clubs instead of spending all my cash on upgrades. So because of that, I won't be maxing out super rares as fast as I did on the first couple of days. The first couple of days of an update is always the fastest I upgrade cars. I mean, I maxed out 11 super rares in just about a day, which is insane. And then the week that followed, I maxed out about 0. So when I get back to it, when I work on my second batch of super rares, I'll probably focus on the Fiesta. I'll focus on the Audi DTM, the Porsche 911, and some other cars. I'll list them out when I get there. And then we have the ultra rares. You know, now the ultra rares, obviously, I always put them on a pedestal. I want to max out most of the ultra rares before I even think about maxing out the super rares, and that's the same case over here. So yeah, I'll be maxing out the ultra rares first. Now the problem with my ultra rares is that I have already maxed out 10. 10 ultra rares maxing out at such a pace is 150 super rare fuse. I'm out. I'm actually just out. I don't have any super rare fuse anymore. I have a lot of super rares unlocked still, but most of them are just these stock and unlocked WE cars, World Expo cars. So I'm not fusing them away because I want to add them to the collection. So my ultra collection has slowed down a lot. I would prefer to max out 2 to 3 ultras at a time, but since I don't have a lot of fuse material, I'm kind of maxing out about 1 ultra at a time. Right now, I'm working on the Saturn. There is a reason behind this. I will explain it when I just show you the max cars later. So Then I have my triple Zenuses. All of these are max now. This one's max too. The Zenus E10 is max. You know what? Let's make it a deal. Let's just clean it up right now, okay? Yeah, this car I can tell you right now with full confidence is 100,000% going to be a Blossom choice. So there you go. Spoilers. Blossom choice spoiler. This car is ridiculous, and my cash didn't go down. But once I sell something, it'll go down. Yeah. So I have 3 of them max. There's a good reason for that, man. I mean, this car is ridiculous. It kills the 340R everywhere, including the slalom, for crying out loud. That thing is amazing. So yeah, I had to max 3 of them. That was definitely priority. And then moving on to the epics, I have 6 epics. 2 of them are for GT70s, which I pulled yesterday, and the AC Cobra, which I also pulled yesterday. One of the GT40s, I keep calling it GT40s, I'm sorry, GT70s. One of them I pulled during the elite offers, and the other one I pulled yesterday. The Audi TT as well. This one's I think a week old. I got it from like a random carbon fiber. Yes sir, there you go. And then we have an Ultima Can-Am, an Audi A8. Really happy with the Ultima pull. I told myself that whatever the best epic WE car I'm gonna get from the elite packs, I'll max no matter what. And the Ultima was the best. So technically, like, if that was in the car, if I never pulled this, then I would have maxed the Audi. And if my best like epic that I pulled was an RQ66, then I mean I guess it's a little bit unlucky, but I would have maxed it as well. But yeah, I told myself that I would max the best epic that I would get from the elite opening, and it was the Ultima, and I did just that. And then of course, at the 2 legendaries wrapping it up, we have the Porsche 911 Turbo S 3.8, which I got from a premium German pack, and the last one was going to be Müller. If you don't know already, I shouted this out on my Instagram. I have named my Porsche 911 GT2 RS Club Sport 25 Müller, named after the best soccer player of all time and my favorite soccer player of all time, Thomas Müller. I mean, it makes sense. It's German, it's 25. Müller's kit jersey is literally 25. It was the perfect marriage for the name and the car. Now let's talk about the 61 cars now that I fully upgraded. Why did I choose these cars? So for the commons, pretty self-explanatory. American. Alright, moving on. For the uncommons, like I said earlier, I told myself that when I did the 4 million opening, the initial opening, I wanted to max out all the World Expo cars that I got. And these were all the World Expo cars that I got. So this was kind of a situation of, I'm kind of just taken what is given to me, and that's a strategy a lot of you guys need to apply in the new update. You kind of just have to take what you get, you know what I mean? You can't be, beggars can't be choosers, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not to say that we're all beggars, but we all want new cars, right? So just take what you get. A new car is a new car. If you get a car that you really like, then congrats. The AC, this is drag spec, I believe. Yes sir, it is. And I believe that the Oldsmobile Jetstar is also drag spec, but everything else you see here is 323, including the Star. Oh wait, no, the Starfire is also drag spec. Why did I do that? I don't know. I feel like 70 handling stock would have been. I don't know. I think, you know what? I thought it was American. It was old. I was gonna max it. Yeah, one of the Starfire Firenzas. Amazing MRI on that baby. So one of its drag spec, but I also know the handling. So like I said earlier, I got it 323 as well. This car, I was really happy to get. This one actually looks pretty good. Kind of reminds me of the Opel Kadett, but with low ground clearance. It still handles really well. It also has that two-tone shape. It's also very light. Very nice car. I would like to get more, maybe more of these. I feel like they'll be very useful. The Pagoda, I freaking love this car. I mean, you guys know that I love Mercedes with all my heart. So basically, whatever Mercedes you see in here, to be just completely honest with you guys, Super 8 and below, any of the World Expo Mercedeses are actually kind of crap in terms of like stats, but I love the car, so I'm going to max it out. So if you see any Mercedeses that I max in my collection, it's because I love the car. The Elan, I was really happy to get this. I got this from a prize board actually, and this looks really promising. 80 handling, standard tires, right? And look at how light that car is, 829 kilograms. That is really impressive. So really happy to get the Lotus Elan Plus 2. And then everything else that you see here, I mean, obviously it's a mix of muscle cars. I love my muscle cars and cars that I just got from packs. And then last but not least, the standout car, I would say, the standout uncommon for World Expo is going to be the Saturn Sky. It's got a below 0 to 60. It handles pretty well, and the weight is okay. And it definitely is one of the best uncommons from WE. So main reason is I maxed 2 of them because I feel like I'll be using them in clubs quite a bit, and I think I have, to be fair. This one has 47 races with a 91% win ratio, which is really impressive, and this one has 10 races with a 90% win ratio. So really good stuff. This one is a bit of a disappointment. I can already say that this is a bit of a standout disappointment. 9 races with a 44% win ratio. Yeah, yikes. All right, rares. Why did I choose these rares? Much like the uncommons, you kind of just take what you're given to you, but also at the same time, you know, especially if you open all the elite packs and you do big openings, you're gonna be getting a lot. You know, you're gonna be getting a lot of rares, and I have a lot of rares. So why did I choose to max out these ones over the ones that I didn't max? First of all, let's talk about the easy ones, the Mercedes. I maxed out the Mercedes because they are Mercedes. I love them, that's it. They're actually trash in the game, but I love them, that's it. Okay, now I basically wanted to have a variety of rares to max. So over here you can see that I have some off-road tires, I have some standard tire 4-wheel drive. I don't have an all-surface tire yet. I'm pretty sure that the only all-surface tire car I have is that Geo Tracker, which I will get eventually, which I will max eventually, but right now it isn't on the list because I already have an off-road tire car represented. For the performance tire cars, I decided, okay, I wanted a nice variety of cars to max. I chose this one because it was a great hybrid. It was also like the Saturn Sky when it came to World Expo rares, as in like it's the best option, so I kind of went for the best option. But also I went for this one solely because it was medium ground clearance. I told myself that I needed a medium ground clearance car. A lot of these cars are actually low ground clearance, like the Brooklyns and the Evos, as well as the Elan and the Tommaso Pampero. So I was like, I needed a medium ground clearance car. I'll go for the Audi A3 to represent that. Also the Ford Evos is a bit of hybrid car. It doesn't look too bad, to be fair. 83 handling, 4.60 to 60 and a high top speed. No MRA, but still, you know, it's good to have a, you know, a hybrid car in your collection. Good for the hairpin and the fast circuit and whatnot. Obviously off-road standard speaks for itself. The Elan, I chose this because of how light it is, and also I appreciate that 86 handling. If anything, this is like a British Mazda BBR, but like with less handling, but still it's a very strong car from the 1970s. And then we have the Di Tommaso Pampero. Now this one was pretty obvious. It's the best handling rare, so I needed to go for it. 90 handling, very nice. Also a very lightweight car, so it's going to be very useful. I also see a lot of value in the Lotus Elite and the Lotus Eclat XL. That's such a bad name, honestly. The main reason for these is because they handle pretty well, you know. For RQ30, RQ32, 86 handling, I take that, man. That's great. And then of course the Oldsmobile, I chose this in particular because of that medium ground clearance. We have that Audi to represent the high RQ ground clearance, and then we have the Oldsmobile to represent that low RQ ground clearance. So guys, as you can see, there's a method to the madness over here. I didn't just simply pick any car because it was new and I decided to max it. No, I found out what my favorite cars were, as in the Mercedes, and then I found out what was a nice variety to give myself a very versatile rare collection. So over here you can see I got high RQ medium, low RQ medium. I got some twisty cars, some drag cars like the AC. This one needs no introduction. It's a drag car. You know, I got some medium ground clearance cars, some standard rain cars, some off-road tire cars, things like that. You know what I mean? You can mix and match, right? Like if you don't have the Hummer, then go for the Geo Tracker. If you don't have the Di Tommaso Pampero, go for another twisty rare. So you can mix and match as long as you know what the key components are. And it's the same thing when it comes to super rares. So once again, super rares, I decided, I was like, okay, I know that I have limited fuse material, so let's go for variety first. So the first couple of cars I chose to max out, the 4-wheel drive standard. Of course, I know it doesn't handle very well, but in a World Expo only situation, this car is going to be very useful, and it has been in the challenges, in the challenge campaigns. I went for a twisty car as well in the Lotus Elite Club Racer. I will say that I am very lucky to get this car. It is a fantastic car to have. One of the best World Expo super rares in my opinion. I went for a dragster, of course, right? The AC Cobra. There's decent MRI in this bad boy. Okay, 0 to 60, not the best thing in the world considering that you have cars with lower RQ going sub 4 seconds, but the MRI is alright, and 84 handling. I mean, to be fair, this car car would be pretty good at 323. So I would get a second one 323 at because 86 handling and 4.4 ain't too bad with that MRI as well. But it is a 2021 car. I know it doesn't look like it's from 2021, but it is. And then also I went for off-road tires, right? So I needed some representation for off-road tires, the off-road meta. So I had some off-road tires. I also went with the Saturn because four-wheel drive and all-surface tires as well. So I got some all-surface, got some off-road, got some twisty cars, I got some hybrid cars like the AC, and I got some drag cars in the AC Cobra. Also, I decided, you know what, let's go for a four-wheel drive. So I went for the TT Roadster because it has four-wheel drive and 89 handling. And last but not least, I went for the Lotus Turbo Esprit. Like I said, I try and analyze what is the most promising high-end hybrid car for every rarity. For super rares, it's the Lotus. For rares, it's the AC Brooklands, and for uncommons, it's the Saturn Sky. So, you know, find out what your best car is in that rarity, and then just max it out. That's basically what I told myself. Next up are the ultra rares. Okay, for the ultra rares, this one was a little different. Once again, I decided, all right, I want to go for the variety. So once again, I got some four-wheel drive cars, got a fast car, I got an all-surface tire, got an off-road tire, and a medium ground clearance. You know, I wanna cover all sections of the niche board, if you get what I mean. Okay, and then of course I have a twisty car, but then we have an exception in the Zenith E10. This car is just so damn good. I was like, I'm gonna throw caution into the wind. I could be maxing out some other four-wheel drive standard tires because I actually don't have a four-wheel drive standard tire ultra yet. I have them in my collection stock, but I couldn't resist how good of a car the Zenith E10 is. And since the option was on the table, I had 3 of them. I told myself, okay, this is more worth it in the long run to max out earlier than some four-wheel drive standard tire Audi that doesn't handle as well as other cars that already exist before PL14, before PL15. So basically the question was, why 3 Zeniths over a four-wheel drive standard tire Ultra, which I have, but I haven't maxed out. Here's the thing. Four-wheel drive standard tire Ultra, yeah, it's going to be useful in PL15. That's great. For all the PL15 stuff, and there are a lot of that, it'll be great. But the Zenith C10 is going to be super useful for PL15 and every update before it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get more value in the Zenith. I maxed 3 of them. And last but not least, the Ultima. I already explained why I chose to max that. Because I told myself the highest RQ epic that I would get, I would max. And that was the Ultima Can-Am. And last but not least, the Porsche 911 GT2 RS Club Sport. I'm not one to max legendaries often. But when you give me the best freaking car you can pull from a pack in an update, and it's from a brand that I love, and it is a model from the brand that I love, I have no excuse. I literally have no excuse. So, yeah, the Porsche 911 GT2 RS joins Syracuse, my Viper TA, as the only 2 legendaries I have maxed within the first week of an update. So really awesome stuff over here. So I'm really happy with how my collection has turned out. And one more thing that I want to talk about is going to be, why am I maxing out the damn Saturn? Okay, has the interstellar tag, but here's the thing. There were a lot of 90s World Expo events that went by in the past, and like I said, I have limited fuse material. I kind of missed the 90s World Expo stuff. I have the cars, but I don't have the fuse material to max them out, and that's why the Lotus is a miss. The Audi is a miss. All these 90s cars I have, they're all of a miss, but I told myself, all right, let's look to the future. If I can max out one car, I want to max a car that will help me in the future. And the Saturn is just that, because not only does it have the interstellar tag, it's also a 2000s car. And if we're going to have a 90s WE event, we're going to have a 2000s WE event. So if I can't hit the 90s event because I didn't have the fuse material to max out the Lotuses in time, I will at least have cars to hit the 2000s in time, right? So that's basically the mindset between everything I was thinking. Next car I'm going to do is going to be the Mercedes CLS. Either the Mercedes CLS or the Audi Quattro Sport. You know what I mean? Because four-wheel drive standard. So that's basically my entire World Expo collection. That's the method to my madness. I do think these things through. So yeah, that's that. I just wanted to share with you guys, you know, what my strategies are in a new update, how I throw balls to the wall and spend $1 million in upgrades after spending a further $4 million in upgrade on opening packs. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a little bit from this video as well. Anyway, once again, guys, I'm racing, all right? We are racing. Not just me, we are racing, okay? Am I going to hit 10 mil first, or are you going to get me to 10K first? Let me know. We'll see in a couple of weeks. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to stay safe. wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks. Pin-up girls everywhere with the drop dead look. Swing it side to side as we slow dance to the night, when I'll hold your perfect hand and take